So this is where they had the conversation.
Jorge, ¿verdad? La persona que recibió este favor. Jorge llevaba años con una enfermedad que no conocían.
So the first thing would be explain who Jorge was. He was a person who had suffered years with a disease that they weren't sure what was.
Jorge escuchó por una persona sobre Conchita y él le surgió la inquietud de venir aquí al huerto.
Jorge had heard about Conchita from somebody else, so he felt the desire to come here to the grove here.
¿Pero él dónde vivía?
Monterrey.
He lived in Monterey.
He lived in Monterey, and quizá lo vamos a escuchar su testimonio. Es muy probable, no sabemos si va a hacer eso en el Congreso. Bueno, José, si no me equivoco, Jorge, no José. Jorge, parece que Jorge vino a la huerta en 2 ocasiones. En la segunda ocasión se quedó con los padres donde estamos José y yo.
So Jorge came. We'll probably hear his testimony at the Congress, but it's not 100% for sure. But anyway, he had come to the grove on 2 different occasions, and the second time he stayed with the priest where Brother Rito and Jose are staying.
Y precisamente los padres lo invitaron a comer, vieron que estaba súper mal, no podía comer porque ya los nervios del esófago no le servían bien. Pensaban que se iba a morir, era lo único que los padres pueden decir.
And so when they were staying with the priest invited him to eat with them. And so they saw what poor condition he was in. And he couldn't even eat. The nerves in his esophagus weren't functioning, so he couldn't eat right. So the only thing that the priest could say about him is that they were sure that he was going to die soon.
Lo llevaron a Monterrey ya de emergencia. Para esto pidió permiso a su doctor poder venir. Después de sí y no, pudo venir, lo hospitalizaron y pronto le llamaron a los padres de aquí de Ciudad.
So he had asked for permission to come here, and the doctors were unsure, but they finally let him come. And so he came and was here, and then they had to take him to Monterey because of an emergency, and so they took him to the hospital in Monterey.
En el hospital les hablaron de algo de lo más avanzado que hay en Estados Unidos, sobre posible, ¿verdad? Esta enfermedad no sabían exactamente lo que era, pero tenía síntomas a una enfermedad. Y le explicaron que le iban a dar el sábado, eso pasó en un martes, parece martes o miércoles, y el sábado de esa semana iba a entrar un tratamiento muy costoso, pero que no le aseguraba nada.
And so in the hospital, they talked to him about some possible illness that it might be something that they had been studying up in the United States, but they weren't sure it had similar symptoms, but they weren't real sure. And so that was like a Tuesday or Wednesday, and then on Saturday he was going to get ready to start a treatment, which would have been really very costly and not real certain.
Algo sobre la enfermedad que tenía Jorge, era una enfermedad que no sabían qué era, pero que causaba que sus músculos se contrajeran, no tenía movimiento en sus manos ni en sus pies, llevaba mucho tiempo sin poder caminar y por eso también tenía el problema con la laringe, que lo tenía torcido. Además, cuando lo tocabas a Jorge, nos dicen los padres, que se le hacían los moretes, se le marcaba todos los moretes, eso era parte de la enfermedad que tenía. Por eso cuando él vino aquí a Jesús María, tuvo muchísimas complicaciones y los padres nos dicen, ya casi se nos moría cuando estábamos comiendo, por lo grave de la enfermedad.
Todo el cuerpo, nomás el
All
lado
the
izquierdo.
body.
All the body.
Yeah, well, part of the, yes. It was,
Padre Rafael dijo
yeah.
que el lado izquierdo.
lado izquierdo.
So, I forgot what he said. One of the things about his disease, as Father Rafael had told the English-speaking group earlier, that his muscles were contracted on his left side of his body, so his hands and his legs were tucked in, and so that was part of the reason why when he was eating, they weren't sure that he was going to live very long, because was having a lot of trouble even just eating.
And he would also get bruises.
Oh yeah, and whenever you just touch him, he would get bruises really easily.
Entonces su condición sí estaba muy mal, pero ya cuenta de que se quedó dormido con una imagen de Conchita y parece que traía una reliquia o solo la imagen. Y estaba su esposa y otros testigos ahí. Y él cuenta que en el sueño, él entró por allá, así como viene, ¿cuál es su nombre? Jessica, así como viene Jessica, en su sueño Jorge entró por este lado, y cuando iba a llegar aquí, Conchita salió de esa parte y le dijo, me buscabas, were you looking for me? Es lo que Conchita, that's what Conchita said to Jorge.
So Jorge, when he during a dream, well, actually in the hospital, his wife and some other witnesses were there. But when he was dreaming, he tells that he came walking in through this side here, and then he came up where Conchita came walking out from this part where Jose was, and Conchita greeted him saying, "Were you looking for me?"
Después de eso, Conchita le dice, vamos a hacer oración. Y empezaron a rezar el Padre Nuestro y después el Ave María. Y Conchita le dijo, ¿qué me pides? ¿Verdad? Y él había ya pedido anteriormente su salud, ¿verdad? Y después de eso, Conchita le acarició, le pidió unas cosas. Le pidió que comulgara todos los días y que pidiera por los sacerdotes, especialmente por uno. Le dijo el hombre a Jorge.
And so, so Conchita came out and she caressed his face. Is that what she did?
That was at the very end.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Trying to remember what I just heard and what I knew already. So, Conchita said, "What do you want to ask of me?" And so Jorge said, "I've been asking for health." So they prayed an Our Father and a Hail Mary.
Actually, he didn't. At that time, he didn't ask for healing.
Oh, he had asked.
He had asked before for healing, but at that time, when Conchita appears to him in the dream, he only says, "I don't want my family to suffer anymore." So he didn't even ask for help. So he asked for his family, and they start praying the Our Father with our mother. The Our Father with Conchita, and at that time,
Then he continued praying from the Our Father to Hail Mary. And as I told you, Jesus, our mother, tells Jorge to pray every day for priests and to receive Holy Communion every day. And Conchita asked this man to pray, especially for one priest. We don't know the name, and they don't want to let us know, right? Because everyone's going to go to that priest and ask him. But, yeah, that's why. So that's what happened. After that, they were praying together. Conchita tocó su rostro después de eso. Y Jorge quiso abrazarla. Y Conchita se desvaneció.
And so that's when Conchita touched Jorge's face. And then he went to hug her, but then that's when she vanished.
Esto es lo que sucedió en el sueño. This is what happened in his dream. And the witnesses that were there were witnessing everything. They were listening to him praying the Our Father and the Hail Mary. And they had the cell phones, and so they were taking pictures. Estaban tomando fotografías. Sorry. I'm moving to English.
He said it in English, he's going to say it in Spanish now. Wait, hold up. Okay, go ahead.
Entonces todos los testigos que estaban en el hospital estaban mirando mientras sonaba. Soñaba.
Estaba soñando, claro, ¿verdad? Los testigos que estaban presentes con Jorge se extrañaron que Jorge estaba hablando y se acercaron y efectivamente estaba rezando el Padre Nuestro y la Ave María, que él dice que estuvo en Conchita rezando junto con él. En ese momento sus manos, que tenían engarruñadas por años, empezaron a abrirse. Y para esto hay fotografías, hay video, hay todo, porque tenían todo ahí a los lados. Empezaron a abrirse y sus pies nos cuentan que empezaron a ser como un niño, un bebé, moviendo los pies. Y quedó completamente sano. en ese momento.
So then he started mumbling, relaxing, and he was able to stretch him out. And like a little baby, he was kicking his feet around and things like that.
Esa imagen es impresionante, esa imagen de un bebé, ¿verdad? Porque podemos interpretar un volver a nacer. ¿Sí? Y lo interesante del milagro es de que hicieron todos los análisis después y para que sea, bueno, es importante llamarlo presunto milagro. Milagro es el momento que la Santa Sede dice sí es, ¿verdad? Y hay que educarnos entre nosotros a llamarlo presunto milagro.
¿En qué fecha fue?
Hace como un mes
A month
y
ago.
algo. A month ago, it was a month ago. About a month ago.
You know
Padre
the
dijo que el
exact date?
22 de mayo.
22 de mayo.
15 de mayo él vino aquí. Y el 22 fue el milagro.
El
Something very
22.
important that Rudy is saying is that this is a presunto milagro. I don't know how do you say that.
So it's alleged, an
Yes.
alleged miracle, and
So-
it's not an officially a miracle until the Holy See says that it's a miracle.
What did the doctors say?
What I heard is that they were very impressed. All the family and the doctors were very impressed. Y lo interesante en esto, vemos muy providencialmente que la familia llevaba años de documentación.
And so the family had been keeping documentation for years, and so that's very important when you're presenting a case for a miracle.
The reason for that is that they wanted to take Jorge to the United States, so they wanted the history of his medical history to present it to some of their hospital doctors. That's why they kept track of everything.
Sin esperar esto del milagro, ¿verdad? Pero vemos que es un requisito importante. Otra de las cosas que pide es una sanación completa, para que se llame milagro, pueda llamarse milagro, es una sanación completa,
Yeah, instantánea.
instantánea. Y Jorge parece que sufría de diabetes también y quedó completamente sano de eso.
And so one of the important things for a miracle to be declared a miracle is that it needs to be instantaneous and complete, and witnesses. And so it seems that all of these requirements have been met. Hope so, God willing. Going back a few conversations ago, he said one of the interesting things about the image of being a baby is that whole image of being reborn, having that new chance to live.
Otro requisito es de que la persona que recibió el favor haya pasado un mes completo de salud completa y acabamos de celebrar eso hace algunos días.
So another thing is that after the healing, that there needs to be at least a full month of without any health problems, and so we have just passed that date not long ago.
Exactly.
So it would have been the
22 de junio.
22nd of July,
22nd of June.
June.